Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Putty, and welcome back to another edition of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. We are here for the first show of 2024, the Ripcord Invitational, and this year it is bigger, badder, and better than ever before. It is, of course, 2 days, 16 competitors, or actually, to be fair, 14 competitors. We'll get to that in a second. But a much bigger tournament than we've ever had before. We're at the Maw Zone, and let me just get into a little bit of bookkeeping before we begin our first round matches. So, the field was originally supposed to include Christian Price. He pulled out, and we have replaced him with Lefty Wilkes from 4C, but he is here tonight. Pascal Vasquez pulled out pretty late, which is going to give Fro Shore a bye to the second round. And also Kevin Lesnar pulled out quite late, which is going to give Davis Wayne Newton a bye to the second round. To make it fair, those two guys are going to be facing each other, so that there's nobody's facing a fresher opponent and then of course those two, because of their hostility, are probably going to tear the shit out of each other in the second round and make it pretty fair overall, considering both of those lads are not going to be fresh after they get their hands on each other. So yeah, Fro Shore and Davis Wayne Newton are getting byes through to the second round. It is a 14-man tournament because Pascal Vasquez pulled out at the last second, and Kevin Lesnar did as well. We managed to replace Christian Price because he pulled out early enough that we can replace him with Lefty Wilkes. So that's the tournament. The bracket, I think I could just show you the matches. I don't see any reason why not. Skip Boo, Chris Flynn, Phoenix 4, Mr. Lucha 3, the King of Snake Style, Snake King versus Lefty Wilkes, Austin Smooth taking on Too Hot, Robin DeLay versus Puerto Rican Power, and Dewey Archer versus Gary Walker in the only MAW versus MAW match of the round, which is why it is taking the main event slot. There you go. Those are our first round matchups. The winners will join Fro Shore and Davis Wayne Newton in the 8-man bracket for tomorrow, which will of course be the traditional Ripcord Invitational, what you're used to, but we have a first round on day one to add a little more flavor, a little more spice, and make it bigger and better than ever. Also announced in the last couple of weeks is that the stakes, the winner of this tournament will be granted a shot at any championship under the Confederation of the Territories banner. That is regional, world, tag, singles, no matter what. You could, if you win this tournament, you can request a World Heavyweight Championship shot, a World Tag Team shot with a partner of your choosing, a Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Heavyweight title shot, a 4C Championship shot, a Campeonato de Universalo League Championship shot, whatever title under the Confederation banner, you can pick it. We're going to have a big ceremony at the Wrestling Classic with all of the regional champions and the World Heavyweight Champion. And if the winner does want to pick a title that isn't represented there, they can. But we're guessing that it's going to be one of the regional titles or the World Singles title. And so we'll have some sort of ceremony there where they can pick it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hype. It's a huge reward. And it's kind of an evolution of the briefcase idea we had last year. It's not a cash-in. You have to select it, but yeah, it's going to be a huge reward. Let's get started to see who's going to earn that reward. Kicking us off with the 4C Derby, Skip Boo taking on Chris Flynn. And Chris Flynn defeats Skip Boo with a Flynn Law, kicking off the Ripcord Invitational. Skip Boo trying to bring the passion and the fire that kind of served him well during his World Heavyweight Championship run, but Chris Flynn just has too much athleticism, too much technical prowess, and puts away Skip Boo, moving on to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Joining him in the quarterfinals, Mr. Lucha defeats his Lucha compatriot, Phoenix 4, with his third strike move. High-flying, innovative stuff here in MAW. The MAW fans aren't exactly conditioned to like Lucha Libre, like high-flying action, so I'm not surprised this didn't go down particularly well with the fans, but it was fun. It was a fun little filler match, and Mr. Lucha, who is a well-known technician as well as being a high flyer, will be entering the quarterfinals tomorrow, joining Chris Flynn, Fro Shore, and Davis Wayne Newton. So that's half the field already decided who will be joining the four men that have already been picked. Well, the King of Snake Style puts in a great Lucha Libre performance against Lefty Wilkes, picking up the victory over the Canadian with a huge snake bite, his signature maneuver. The King of Snake Style will be moving it on to the quarterfinals tomorrow, along with the already selected men. And Austin Smooth will be 2, eliminating Too Hot with his Fireman's Carry Cutter, which I didn't even know he did. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, and I've booked Austin Smooth a lot, and I didn't add it. So unless the AI can add moveset stuff now, that's pretty cool. That's a cool move though, Fireman's Carry Cutter. Who have I seen that on before? I swear I've seen that before. And maybe Kevin Steen did a version of that before. I can't think of anyone else who's done it, but a Fireman Carry Cutter is a cool move. I always love cutters. Cutters are really cool if they're done properly, and any variation on them is really cool too. Good stuff from Austin Smooth, who has of course won this tournament before. He'll get another opportunity tomorrow night, as he joins the quarterfinalists. Robin DeLay fires up against Puerto Rican Power, of course, a dominant athlete in the territories today. Puerto Rican Power, unable to really put down Robin DeLay. A brutish match, just absolute big lads wrestling match, as Robin DeLay does manage to hoist up the Puerto Rican Power for his DeLay down powerbomb. Massive, massive move from the legacy that is Robin DeLay, the only entrant in this tournament from Team Progress. Absolutely huge performance from against a guy like Puerto Rican Powers, who is quite old, but is still a powerful adversary. Has put away some of the biggest names in the industry today, and in front of a sold-out Maw-Zone, Robin DeLay with a monstrous powerbomb to put down the Puerto Rican Power. So, ladies and gentlemen, our final day field is as follows. Fro Shore, Davis Wayne Newton, Robin DeLay, Chris Flynn, Mr. Lucha, Snake King, the King of Snake Style, Austin Smooth, and the winner of our main event of the evening, Dewey Archer, Gary Walker, who will come out on top. We head to the interview area where Gary Walker gets on the mic and says, It's been a month. This is one of the problems with Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, is that people diss you, people talk shit about you, and you gotta sit there, you gotta wait a month. And you know, some people, they like to go on YouTube, they like to go on the Mid-Atlantic website, they like to talk shit back, they like to wait for their opponents not be able to answer the call. But that's not me. I want to come here to the Maw-Zone, I want to come here to the dojo, I want to sit here in the interview area for the sweet Tabitha and tell you, Dewey Archer, that you're wrong. You think I'm an enhancement talent? You think I'm a joke? Well, that's exactly what everybody else has thought about me. And you know what has happened to everybody else? I have beaten them, Dewey. I have beaten them. Because you know what? Someone like me has fought against everything to even be here. I've already had to do way more, overcome so much more than you have to even step foot in that door. You don't think I have fight? You don't think I have passion? You don't think I can do anything and everything that you can? Dewey, you're wrong about me. And tonight, I get an opportunity to show it to you. You know, I was just happy to be here. I was just happy to represent myself in the Ripcord Invitational, but joy as it is, I get to fight you. So no longer am I happy to be here. No longer am I happy to go crashing out in the first round. Tonight, Dewey, I will fight heart, I will fight soul, and I will claw as hard as I have throughout my entire life to make sure that you're the man going home tonight, and I'm here tomorrow to represent myself further. So you know what, Dewey? Thanks. Because you fired me up, and tonight I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show the world that I'm more than just a scrappy underdog. I'm more than just the guy who's happy to be here. I am a real fighter. I am a real wrestler, and I will represent everything I stand for. Gary Walker supposedly happy to be here, but tonight fired up and ready to get a victory over Dewey Archer. Can he do so in our main event of the evening? Great match from these two. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Dewey Archer, of course, the flashy, very, very flashy, very, very technical wrestler that we know him to be, going hold for hold with a wink and a smile to the audience. Charismatic grappler. That we love here in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, trying to work over Gary Walker, trying to work him down, and it works. It does. Gary Walker, like a fish out of water a little bit, not used to fighting someone as technically adept as Dewey Archer. Dewey Archer, of course, trained by the legendary Sam Keith, been through wars with guys like Ernest Youngman and American Elemental over the years. Even George Wolfe he's been through wars with. He's a guy who could teach a lot in terms of technical wrestling. And Dewey Archer, with MC Motormouth screaming profanity at ringside, just works down Gary Walker, grinds him out. A lesser man might be put off. A lesser man might feel like, maybe I'll give it a pass. Maybe I'll tap out. Maybe I'll end my run here. But Gary Walker, he has too much fight. He has too much heart. And with all he's been through to even be in the wrestling world, from all he's been through to even be in this tournament, he's not going to give up without fight, without passion, and without heart. And he punches his way back into this match, because that's all he knows how to do. Strike after strike, elbow, punch, kick, everything he can possibly do as the crowd gets behind him. And the fire and the fury of Gary Walker as he goes toe-to-toe with one of the best technical wrestlers on the territories today. And he hits the ropes, and he hits that bionic clothesline, sending Dewey Archer to the mat. Cover, and Gary Walker will be a member of the Final 8 tomorrow night in the Ripcord Invitational final day. Gary Walker surprises the world again, and Dewey Archer can be added to the list of names that the underdog Gary Walker has claimed the scalp of. Logan Wolfsbane, Davis Wayne Newton, Robin DeLay, and now Dewey Archer. Some huge victories for Gary Walker over the last year or so. Absolutely fantastic run from a guy who was an announcer 2 years ago. Absolutely sensational. He'll be there tomorrow night, as will Chris Flynn, Mr. Lucha, Snake King, Austin Smooth, Robin DeLay, Davis Wayne Newton, and Fro Shore. Huge victories for everyone here in day one of the Ripcord Invitational. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the new format. Let me know what you thought of today's show. If you're feeling especially generous and really like today's show, there's a link to my Patreon in the description. There's also a link to my Twitter in the description if you want to hear me ramble on that. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys tomorrow in game and in real life for day 2 of the Ripcord Invitational 2024. See you guys then. Peace out.